Hey folks, it's only me and I'm back with another track guide. This time we're at Okayama Shore in the Formula Ford. As always, it's fixed setup. I haven't changed the brake bias. We've got full race fuel and the weather conditions are spot on for this week of racing. I hope it goes really well for you. Don't forget to let me know how you're getting on in the comments below. It's great to hear how you're doing. This is the last one of this season. I don't know what cars I'm driving next season yet. I haven't decided. But I hope you found them useful. I hope they've helped you in some small way. If they have, please do consider hitting the link down in the description below to buy me a coffee to help fuel my practice laps for my future track guides. Or you can hit that super thanks button, which is just below the video right now. Best of luck to you guys. I hope you have a really good final week of racing before we enter week 13. And hopefully I'll see you out there on the track. Cheers. Okay, so here goes my final breakdown of the season. It's a 55.615 here at Okayama Shore in the Formula Ford. We're obviously keeping the car over to the left on the front straight. And then once we get down, we see the blue cone just before we hit these skid marks here. We're going to brake heavily in a straight line on the outside of the track, keeping the car out wide for now. And we're going to come down to second gear. And then at the point we want to turn in, which is, just as we're starting to see the apex round by the wall there, we're going to start really dropping out of the brakes and increasing our steering angle. And ultimately, we want to be nice and tight to the inside, right towards the end of the curb. This is the apex right at the end of the curb here. We can see where it's the grass has been rubbed away by tyre marks. And we're going to build the gas up nice and steady. We want the car to come out wide. That's absolutely fine because we need to be on the left-hand side of the track here. And then as we see the kind of grassy, dirty area coming to an end, so there's just grass, we're going to turn the car in towards the inside curb on the right-hand side, and then we're going to initiate braking. Now, we have to be careful here, because we're obviously steering and then braking in quick succession. So you have to build up steadily and just not steer too much. Otherwise, the back end's just going to flip around. So we steered in. We started braking in a straight line towards the outside of the track. And we've come out about mid-track. We're now down to first gear. We don't really want to be any wider than this. We don't need to be any wider than this. But ultimately what we want to do is a nice approach here so that we can get on the gas before we meet the curb. We want to try and cut off this corner as much as we can to open up the next left-hander. So we're sort of middling on the throttle, and then we're dropping again just briefly so we can get the car to rotate there. It's a tricky little section that. It's probably the toughest on the circuit. We're going to keep the car out to the right-hand side now, and we're looking for the 50 board. And just as we pass the 50 board, we're going to brake quite heavily down to second and ultimately down to first. And then we're taking quite a tight approach here. It's a very tight corner. And we get on the throttle, build it up quite steadily so we don't over-rotate the car. Get out to the left slightly. We haven't changed from first gear. And what we're going to do is we're going to start brushing the brakes at this point and steering the car in. And we want to sort of basically just scrub as little speed away as we can get away with so we can get back on the throttle in first gear and then up through the gears without running out of track there. It just takes a bit of practice, but it's really a patience game there. We need to fling the car in to meet the curb on the inside. We don't really want to go over this curb. You know, it's a big lip on the right hand side there. You can do it without getting an off track or a slowdown, but it's not going to do you any favors. It's going to put the car out of shape. So you just got to watch your entry here. And we're nicely on the outside of the track now, nice and straight. At the end of this piece of green curbing, we are going to brake the car. We're going to come down to second gear. And we want to do that second gear quite quickly so it doesn't affect our turn in here. And we can get right on the gas, right on the curb, and really build up quite quickly. The car is quite happy around this corner. As long as you do that gear shift early and don't try and incorporate it into your turn-in, it's quite smooth. And then we've got plenty of track on exit to bring us down towards the line to conclude our 55-second 615 here at Okayama Shore in the Formula Ford. Great bit of track this. I think it's going to be good fun for racing. I've really enjoyed putting these guys together this season. I hope you've enjoyed them too. If you have, please do give it a like. Please do subscribe. Hit that notification bell to catch me racing live a couple of times a week. And if you're feeling really generous, and I've been a lot of help this season, please do consider checking out the link in the description below to buy me a coffee to help fund my future lap guides, or you can hit that super thanks button which is below the video on YouTube right now. Good luck guys, and best of luck for the rest of the season. Cheers.